As Klein comes in, red shirts and black trousers for Leicestershire. Very full, he's bowled. Ed Pollock, it's a Yorker that's gone straight through him. He's in once more to bowl to Rhodes, and that's going to be off his pads and go very fine. They've got fine leg up inside the circle here.
In he goes for the no ball, and it's sliced over point for a one bounced for
the defender. It was just too good, and he's in off the back foot. That's nicely punched by Yates into the offside, and he will get 4 runs for that, which tells you actually that the outfield is pretty slick after the rain of yesterday.
As Wright is in, bowls, and it's carved high over backward point, and that's going to run away to the boundary for not.
By the time the ball is bowled, he'll be about 5.5 pitch widths, and he won't have to worry about this because Klein has bowled a long hop outside off stump, and Yates is on his toes to punish that, fair to say. Chris Wright coming in from the Birmingham end, driven through the offside by Yates with great timing again. Chris Wright to come in again, short of a length, and he's pulling this towards mid-wicket. It's going back, back, back. Will it reach the seats? It does.
Still traumatic at Trent Bridge.
Lily bowls and... oh, he's bowled him! Oh, he's got past the defence of Rhodes, and Rhodes has gone for 14.
Barnes is in and bowling, and that is clipped out into the leg side. Can Ahmed get there? He can't. Running away, sprinting away.
Mark again. Round the wicket, in and bowls, driven, real flourish. Oh, and that's up and over with 1, 2, and just 3 bounces before it crosses the rope for a 4. Do you remember that?
Barnes is in and bowls and hit in the air, picked up nicely by Yates over mid-wicket, runs over the boundary for 4, and that is the young man's 50.
30-yard circle comes Hill, and this is hit deep by Burgess. He could be in trouble. At Edgbaston, Warwickshire just losing their 3rd wicket.
Who's enjoying a little bit of pace in the pitch. That one bounces and moves away from the left-hander, but it's short. And as a result, he can get up on his toes and cut it away, and does.
No, I'm going to go round the wicket. So right arm round to a right-handed batsman, and that's a lovely extra cover drive from Matt Lamb. And just using the angle of the delivery, there's a chase on the boundary, but the ball is going to beat Dieter Klein. Really progressing the way they would have liked. And Yates, oh, Yates is launching this over long on. It's going back, back, back and deep, about 9 rows deep.
13. In and bowls, cut away, and that's going to run away for 4. Who whips through his overs at a fair old rate, is in, tosses that one up, lifted down to long on. That could be out, should be out, is out. It's caught by Marcus Harris at long on.
21 for 4. Rhodes in once more, and there's an appeal for LBW, and it's being given.
So we see the next ball bowled full and driven. And that time it does get better timing, and that means that's the difference between the earlier one, which was 2.
Waits for Lily to advance once more, comes down the wicket and drives immaculately through extra cover for 4.
Brookes on 11, and this is in the air, mid-wicket, and it's going to clear the boundary, and by some.
The ball comes in quite briskly, and he's driven through extra cover. There's going to be a bit of a chase around the boundary here. I think Ethan Brookes has probably got enough of it.
Extra cover, really. Ahmed is in straighter this time, clipped across the line by Lamb, out towards mid-wicket. Klein comes in, gets his throw away, takes 2 and brings up his 50-51 to be precise.
Yates and Bethel, next ball, played and safely and brilliantly actually through square leg.
Yeah. At the pavilion end, bowls outside off stump, cut away almost off one knee in some style by Ethan Brookes, and the sprawling Kimber. He runs and bowls outside off stump, chopped away off the back foot with exquisite timing.
A target that we just maybe thought wasn't possible earlier. Use of the feet here, firm, hard, straight, high, and a 6. 228 for 5. Rhodes in again, looking to play it behind square on the onside. It's a 4 this time.
Right, it's in once more to Brookes. He's reaching this, and he's hit it long, long over extra cover, and he's going to go all the way for 6. And he brings up his maiden half-century for 4. What can Lamb do? It's very full, and he's going to hammer that over the top of extra cover and mid-off for a boundary. 84 to him. Well, they had to, because they're only in the 22nd over and 5 wickets down, as the ramp shot is executed beautifully by Ethan Brookes.
To the batsman.
Klein into Brookes, who's got a bit of a top edge on this. It's a chase for Patel to get underneath the ball, but he does take the catch. So, Matt Lamb on 99 faces Klein, stabs down on it, they're going to come through for a quick single, and that is a maiden one-day century for Matt Lamb, and really an excellent innings given that the Bears were in real trouble when he came in. Confident that they're in this game as first ball of a new over from Klein is hammered through extra cover, and that's going to be 4 for Lamb. But he too holed out to long on as Lamb will look to pull the ball behind square, and that's 4 more for him, 297 for 6. From Barnes, he comes in again, and Carver, well, it's almost the same, but it's just a bit tighter on the stumps, and Carver looks rather disgruntled as he finishes unbeaten on 5 of 10 deliveries. But Warwickshire were in real trouble on 121 for 5, have ended up coming through to a score of 303 for 6 off the back of a fine century from Matt Lamb and a 50 from Ethan Brookes. Adjusts his thigh pad, he seems to touch his pad straps. Ooh. Well, this is dragged down by Bethel, hits him in front and he's trapped him, LBW, and he looks thoroughly disconsolate, the Swindles. He's gone, the breakthrough, it might not change the direction of the game too much, but Bethel, who's been the pick of the Warwickshire bowlers, has been very effective, particularly in the Championship so far this season. And he's dabbed down into the offside by Patel. There's a quick single here, it's a good throw and he's out. Harris has been run out by Ethan Brookes with a quick return. Effective on this surface.
Next ball bowled, slower, it's in the air, it's out towards mid-wicket. Will it be caught? Yes! Catch is taken this time. What a way for Patel to go. Caught on the lakeside boundaries, a big boundary out there, but what a knock for him.
Just yet. This is Fuller, and he gets a big top edge, which might drop safe, or will Matt Lamb get there? Lamb does get there, and the wickets are starting to fall in a bit of procession.
Play it with a little bit more caution.
Rhodes in 2, Lilly, a huge swing and a miss, and he's caught behind.
Next delivery bowled. Playing a miss, does he get an edge? Yes, he does. Rhodes has gone now, caught by the keeper.
Kimber looked very good so far for his 16 as he's gone outside off stump to try and flick it down the leg side here, Ahmed, and he's flicked it straight into the hands of Burgess and he's gone. It's 266 for 7. He looks at the umpire quizzically, but he's got outside off stump and just flicked it with the middle of the bat through to Michael Burgess, catches it at waist height, and Garrett has struck for the second time in successive overs. And in comes skipper Will Rhodes to begin a new over, and he's got an edge. Oh, look at it, and that is the end of Kimber. It's wickets in successive balls. Kimber is gone for 16. It's a 4th catch for Burgess, and a 3rd wicket for Will Rhodes. 266 for 8 Leicestershire, and this game continues to change, and the pendulum has swung firmly in the favour of Warwickshire Bears.
Klein raises his bat. Garrett is ready to go. In he goes, bowls, steps across and bowled him with a full delivery onto off stump, and Klein hobbles towards the dugout.
But 1 ball to go and 9 required. Will Rhodes needing to avoid any misdemeanours here. And he comes in to bowl. And Barnes is able to stab it out into the offside, and he will get just a single. And Leicestershire's innings finishes on 296 for 9. The century from Rishi Patel had them in great shape to win this game. He made 118. Big opening partnership with Harry Swindles with 69. But the Bears seamers bit back. 3 wickets each for Will Rhodes and George Garrett. And they complete an implausible victory by 7 runs at Edgbaston. Matt Lamb laid the table with a century. Half centuries from Yates and Ethan Brookes. But it's the Warwickshire Bears who get home by 7 runs.